You know what is that we have really seen Ron Rivera come into mature into a head coach.
Yes, absolutely,
Um,
absolutely.
and it also shows you this is that we so are what can you do for me now? What can you do for me now? Is that this is a process, and even him gaining the confidence in himself, the support of the team has been a process that's taken more than one season.
Hmm.
And maybe that's the problem for teams that so easily cut and run for their coaches
Oh yeah.
that they can't ever really get any kind of
But you know what they say.
long term.
You know what they say. Like they say, winning cures all. So the first two seasons, they were putting up. Well, first season they put up these ridiculous numbers, couldn't win any games. The second season was just a complete failure because it was so much stuff was going on. And this season, we see Ron Rivera taking control, being more decisive, um, not so tentative in his decision making, and the team kind of rallied around him, and
Right, right.
and I think that's kind of what we get, and that's the reason why the team. I mean, everybody say Cam and the defense and Luke Kuechly, but you got to start with the coach. You do. I mean, I don't think Rivera gets enough credit for what he has done with this team. It's a young team. I mean, for the most part, most of these guys
Hmm.
are really really young. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And think about this. Think about this. Ron Rivera was interviewed, I believe, for 9 different head coaching jobs and did not get one. So those guys who turned him down must have seen something or disqualify him for a lack of knowledge or
Mm,
something. And I don't know exactly the reason for Richardson going ahead and giving him the job, but he must have seen something, seen the potential. And
mm,
yeah,
I'll tell you what it is. I know exactly what it is. Is that Rivera, John Fox Rivera football isn't as different as
no,
we like to think
no,
it is,
right.
and that is not a ticket seller for some other markets. Is that I mean, look at what's going on in Dallas right now.
Right.
Is they really don't even care about winning. They are caring about. I think they've paid off Skip Bayless. They've paid off Stephen A. Smith, and to
That's
just
wild.
talk about them
Right.
nonstop, and
Oh yeah.
they don't even have anything. Like the fact is they're irrelevant,
Yes.
but
They really.
somehow they've remained relevant. And you know
Yeah.
what is that Rivera style John Fox football is not flashy enough for that.
Yeah.
And I think that he is too. I won't say a system guy, but a too defensive. He's a defensive oriented coach,
Yeah.
and that's not the Chip Kelly type
No, no. But
hire.
you know what though? People are still talking about the Carolina Panthers because of the fact that this defense is undeniable. You know what I mean? These guys are. Like, look, there is not a team in the NFL that will say they step up and say, "Look, I want to face these guys. I want a shot at the Carolina Panthers." Nobody is saying that.
nobody.
You know
No,
what I mean?
nobody.
So,
No,
you know, they may not talk about us for the reasons that they talk about, the Eagles, or I'm glad they don't talk about us for the reasons they talk about the Cowboys, but
yeah,
or the
damn
Chiefs,
right.
or whatever the case may be. But the Carolina Panthers will be in the conversation because of the fact that defense is that dominant. We do have the most charismatic, flashy, dynamic quarterback in the league. We have the most athletically gifted linebacker in the league. You know what I mean? So like the
Yeah,
Panthers, they will
and
remain in the
two
conversation.
and the best front defensive line
Oh,
in the league.
absolutely, absolutely.
Now, I mean, I got to say that San Francisco's is a close second.
Yes, yes, they are. They're good. They're
Not
talented.
to,
They're talented.
they're awesome, but
Hey, but
uh,
I want to ask you guys something because I know you probably saw my tweets because I was a little bit angry.